Jackiie, ooh, streets talk.
I hustle, I trap, I make things happen. I'm the streets captain. Cause the streets talking, I speak the real. Ain't no cap.
So, Ammar, how's your day going so far before we jump into this interview?
Honestly, my day is going great. I woke up.
I want to talk about your record, Yoni, that you got out.
Yeah.
It's been making a lot of noise. You call
I say
yourself...
Yanni. It's pronounced Yoni, but I
Okay,
got my
but you
little
call it
lingo
Yanni.
going. Yeah.
Okay, so I wanted to jump into that because you call yourself the woman's counselor. Why do you consider yourself as a woman's counselor?
Honestly, because throughout my life, you know what I'm saying? I kind of I have always been like the ear to a woman's problem. Whether, and it's outside of my music, whether
Right.
me being a friend, whether we were dating, whether we were in a long relationship or whatever, I've always been one to be put in that position to counsel a woman. So it just kind of came along with my music.
Actual sensual music. So do you feel like you fully understand the woman's mind and body?
I'm not finna say I fully understand a woman's mind and body because I don't think any man can understand a woman's mind and body, but I do feel like you can understand it enough to know how to pay attention, to know what to do. As far as just pay attention to what you're supposed to pay attention to. The simple things. The simple things.
So what are some new things that you picked up along the way as far as with your personal life that you transpired into your music?
Patience.
Patience?
I didn't used to have it. I didn't. My grandfather, rest his soul, he used to tell me that was the only, one of the only things that I needed to grasp was patience. I learned to have that in my music. I'm sure if you
Right.
listen, you can tell, I actually take my time with my music. I take my time with the writing, the melodies I come up with, everything that go along with my music. I take my time. I keep, I just like to keep patience. And then also, I make sure that the emotion, you know what I'm saying? I make sure I try to give off that emotion.
Right.
So I can capture, everything I need to in that song.
You've been doing music for a really long time. You got a lot of experience. You done worked with a lot of people. You play both ends as far as producing and as being an artist and singing. What I know you said you had trouble balancing it before, but what is the biggest pro, and then give me a con of being a producer and an artist?
The biggest pro is having that versatility, being versatile to maneuver, produce, sing, write music. But then the con is I got times where I might get bored from either or. I might get a time where I got a producer's block. You know what I'm saying? Where I can't produce nothing.
Right.
But then there's times where it might switch and I can't write a song, because I'm going through real life situations. I'm a real artist, it's no joke. I might be breaking down, going through some stuff, you know what I'm saying? I'm gonna go get in the corner, then I'm gonna come pop back out, But the pro of all of it, even though it's a pro and con to that, it's a contradiction in itself because it's I always find my way back to balancing out and still doing my thing that I love, which is this music.
If you were offered a really large deal, but they said you can only pick one, what would you pick? Would it be producing or would it be singing? You only could do one.
Oh, that's a great question. Because me and my brother LaFan talked about this. I'll pick producing. I'm going to be honest.
Really?
Yep, I know it sounds crazy, but the reason why I say producing is because I love to be in the studio. I'm a studio rat. I love to be in the studio creating. I am the person that I want to be making music for the rest of the next 10 to 20 years. And even if it's not me personally, I'm behind this person that's on now or next, or you know what I'm saying? I got my hands on that, whether it's the writing, the vocal arranging, the producing, the recording, the engineering, whatever it got to do with just music. So I would pick producing because
that's pretty dope.
I have years in that, and I got this figured out. Like I'm not. I used to want to be that big artist, but no, I'm not just an artist.
Really be talking to him like you're telling
Yeah,
a
yeah,
story. Like you want
yeah.
somebody to make love. Like your music
Because
is like
be-
your
I
music puts people
understand
in a vibe.
exactly. I'm a vibe. That's the whole point of this. Like, and I know I gotta compete. Like, I'm not competing with nobody, but at the same time, I am because I'm a singer. There's other singers out there. And all
Right.
I do is just basically just try to outdo myself better than the last music or the last song or I work. I work. So it's
Let's
like,
kind of dig back a little bit. You went through a few different phases coming up in the game. You didn't change your name about 4, 5 damn times.
yeah,
Like what was your process of actually of finding your voice, finding your profound skill, and then coming out with I'm Ammar Sings?
okay, so like, oh, it took a long time, like because see, look, it took me a long time to I guess get my identity and character together. Like, you
Right,
know, I had to first like know who I am and what I was trying to do, what type of music. Cause I come from the streets, you know what I'm saying, and I could have been talking about that kind of stuff, but that was never me. So it took me a long time, like grasping that myself. But then I got with other certain people, like that I was singing with or learning certain things from, and it just came along with my growth. Like like I said, one of my names used to be like Young Fame or Young
young
Famous,
fame,
Famous, and
fame,
yeah, that's why like my name is
young
Fame. But my
famous.
yeah, I had some names, but that went along with my producer name, Fame Beats.
Right,
Damn, that's a Fame Beat. So it kind of still stuck because most people know me for that. The singing thing, that was like my biggest challenge. Like I'm like, man, I want to prove to myself that like I know who I am as a singer, but the
right.
world or people don't know. They know me more for producing. So I'm like, man, let me get in this studio and really like I went through little things throughout my life, and I kind of jumped off the porch early. So that
Right.
was really another thing, like just telling my life stories and my life experiences through my music, and just wanting people to connect with me. Cause I know it's other people out there like me that's sexual and confident and bold in that, like
Right.
not afraid to express themselves in that type of way.
I want to dig deep a little bit. So you've been on your journey doing music for a few years. You done worked with a lot of people. What is it that you feel like you need to get to your next level to reach another pinnacle?
Honestly, consistency. I mean, just like more of it. Like I'm consistent as far as with the work, but like the business and just putting myself out there more and just popping out to certain events and networking. And I really feel like that's all I really need. Of course, spreading money here and there to the right things that I need to pay for to, push me further. I really think that's it. I mean, of course, there's always room for growth,
Right.
but as far as for what I'm doing with, like, I'm not doing it by myself, but I'm doing it by myself as far as like, basically the whole process of it, like, do it by myself. So it's kind of like I feel like I got the music part under control until I'm around more professional people to, hey man,
Right.
let me try this or do this. I feel like that's all I really need. Like I have a solid amount of people behind me that I utilize, and we help each other, or we bounce ideas off each other, or keep each other grounded as far as what to do from here on out. So that's been helping me. Um, I don't know. It's all a learning, process for me. Like
I mean, going through the process, you've tried different things, obviously, to see if this works, this works. What have you realized that doesn't work for you as an artist? Like, as far as like marketing or whatever it is, what hasn't worked for you and what is working now that you are now applying to your career?
I'm gonna be honest, it's been a long time since it's been a what hasn't worked for me. Like,
Right.
cause I got my formula going. It's still I'm still putting it together, but I feel like I've kind of cracked the surface where it's like I had that standstill, like, what do I do or who do I go to? It's like now, like I don't have no excuses to, because there's so many platforms you can kind of like, if you're serious about music, you're gonna find a way. That's just how I
Right.
feel, like, or about anything. Like it don't matter what type of art you do, what type of job you into. If that's what you serious about, you're gonna figure it out. You're gonna find a way. So it's like with me, the type of attitude I have that my mom put in me and that I just kind of ran with and I put in myself, like I'm the only person in the way of me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like whatever I want, I'm gonna get. Like it's things I've checked off, like I've written down and I accomplished them. It might have took some time, but I got it done. I'm like, damn, like I did that. All right, let me see what else I could do. Then let me see what else I could do. You know what I'm saying? Them steps count. So,
How are you balancing fatherhood, family, and your music career, and being a producer?
man,
He said,
I don't
"Man, cuz."
honestly like, man,
How do you balance all of that? Because our previous, when we were talking on the phone, you was like, I gotta make time, I gotta make time. But I
nah,
feel like it's 24 hours in a day. It's 24 hours in a day. You gotta prioritize your time, like. But how do you
nah,
balance it?
and I do need to work on that, and I've been working on that. I'm a Libra, so I'm the scale. I'm already like, this is me right here. I'm the most balanced person. It sounds crazy,
Right.
but honestly, I don't know how I do it. I just do it. If that makes sense. Like I don't plan nothing. I do, but like most stuff, I just kind of take everything one day at a time. Like I used to be all thinking in the future, and like I'm not saying like for my goals and things I want to accomplish. Like I don't have future, things set. But as far as if it's anything I know that can stress me, I don't let that get to me. I was all right. Well, tomorrow gonna be a new day. We're gonna try again a better type of way, a different way, or you know. But I just do it. I don't know. I don't know how I do it. I just do
Right,
it.
right,
Like
right, right, right.
it's just one of those
So
situations. It's instinct.
I realize like you have like a big support system as far as your brothers, and they have advised your career along the way. If you could say anything that they like that stood out to you that they implemented in you as far as your music career, what would you say it would be?
I'm gonna be honest. Like confidence, because
But come
look,
on, that's why you should have came out today. You supposed to have some confidence out here.
you feel me? You gotta have the confidence. Nah, really, look, what's happening? Hey, I see you, Fig, man. What's happening, Slim? I see everybody in here tapping in, man. Confidence, because it was a time I didn't believe in myself. But my peers, my brothers, like I'm talking about, like I know faking, I know, and I wasn't even the best at that. Like I couldn't sing like that. I used to sing from my nose. You know what I'm saying? Like I didn't really have it all. But like they seen something in me. They seen what's going on today years ago.
Right,
So, and I was literally just talking to my brother about this yesterday. I'm like, damn, like I feel like I see, like I know what you seen in me now. You know what I'm saying? So it's more so just side of me sounding like I identify with these people. You know what I'm
right,
saying? You might hear a little, but I sound like me though. I'm not sounding like anybody that's out there right now. I don't sound like, like the K-Line for real. And shout out to these dudes, you feel me? The Blast
right,
is in the whoever else that's doing the singing, the T-Flies and the, like, I remember coming up back then, you had to have your own sound.
right,
And if you bit off somebody, like everybody was on your head. They was on your top. You feel me? Like, hey man, that's a whoop sound. And so I kind of stayed away. That's the lane that I took. Like I stayed away and shied away from trying to sound like what's out, doing what's in,
okay,
just all of the above. Like most people be sounding the same. Like I'll be like, okay, it's cool, but ain't no substance to me. Like I'm not feeling this. I'm a spiritual, emotional being. Like I want to feel some music. You know what I'm saying? Like
right, right,
music
right,
medicine for me. So when I make and create music, a lot of times I don't go in there trying to sound like the people I might sound like. It's just that's what
right.
I'm channeling in that time, and that's what the frequencies on, that's what the vibrations on, that's what the vibes on, the energy on, and then I just create. So
that's
this,
exactly what it is. It's all about the energy and the vibe. Let's talk about you having a deal with Sony and what the fuck happened.
so look, that was with my team. You know, at the time back then we was called Squad Hustle Digital.
Okay.
And it was just an unfortunate situation that we had one of our family members there. He was loaded, you know, he was a little younger at the time, and we was in Pasadena, you know, out there where the Pasadena Devil Lanes at. He was from Hoover, saying Hoover and all that, you know, they socked him, and then it went up. You know, it was a whole melee fighting, and Sony like, we don't want to deal with y'all because we had our merch on. So it's like we couldn't be like, nah, he not with us. Nope. And that was the signing party. Like they just wanted to see how we had a crowd reacted one more time, and then we finna sign. And yeah.
And you know what? That goes back to like what I always tell a lot of artists. You have to be very careful about the people that you have around you. Like as you're elevating, everybody can't go with you, and we have to be okay with letting people go.
No, yeah, you
not fit our
definitely gotta
future.
be smart about your decisions, and I'm honestly thankful that it did happen though, because I wouldn't have learned what I've learned now. I wouldn't be who I am today.
Right.
I probably would have been lost in the sauce because I know about the industry. I ain't stupid. You know, I know what goes on. Like, I was younger at the time. I probably would have been a sheep to them. Like,
Current project called Scales on Venus. So everything works and it goes up as far as your vision. Everybody around you, they see your vision, because when people see your vision, they are allowed to help and be an asset to move you forward. Because honestly, we all need a team. We need a team. None of us can do this shit on our own. The only thing that we can do on our own is the inner work. You feel me?
and that's
majority of the outer work, you need a team.
Yeah.
But let's get into your projects. You got 3 projects out, and you are working on a current project called Scales on Venus. So how good are your 3 projects that's out right now? How is everything going? How is it flowing? And what is your numbers like?
So my album Sex Season, that's doing well. It's a little over like I gotta check. I think I'm like around 60,000 right now. 66,
okay.
Somewhere around there. Now I didn't lose momentum. I had a child, I had a new baby, so I kind of slowed, like took a break from social media
right.
and stuff like that. I'm a dad first for sure, but
right.
You can see that we both speak the same love language. Listen to your heart and soul. So you gotta hear it with the beat, cause it's like
I hear you. It's
gonna go.
Everybody, shout out to Ammar Sings for doing that live right on the spot. Ammar, if there's anything that you want to say to the streets, can you please tell them right now?
Honestly, man, all I got to say is keep tapping in, keep tuning in, cause it's a whole lot of shit going on. We on LA in the streets.
Jackiie, I'm Streets Talk.
I hustle, I trap, I make things happen. I'm the streets captain. Cause the streets talking, I speak the real. Ain't no